Ooby-doo, do we have a movie review for you? I think sticking around for this video is a bare necessity.
You gotta leave. You gotta leave. That was really bad.
Okay. Welcome everyone to this new channel. We are going to be doing movie reviews. Now I know what you're thinking. There are literally thousands of channels exactly like this. But here's where we're different. My name's Louis Malini.
My name's Chris Malini.
And I'm Scuba Stitch.
Richard Silva is his actual name because normal people have real names. Anyway, we just got home from seeing The Jungle Book. Now this review is going to have spoilers in it. I'm not sure you can really spoil this movie because it's a Jungle Book. Everyone's seen the old one. It's pretty much just a retelling of this story in live action. Initial thoughts?
Yeah, I was really excited for this movie when everyone was talking about it in D23, when Star Wars stuff was coming out, Civil War stuff was coming out, and then creeping out was everyone talking about The Jungle Book and how amazing Jungle Book looked. So since then, I've only seen 2 trailers, I think. I've been really excited for this movie, and I think it paid off. This movie is really like exactly what I expected from start to finish, and the biggest selling point is just the CG. It's just so seamless, and you can't really tell.
For the people who like the classic Jungle Book, this is like a nice, fun, realistic twist on the Jungle Book story. Like you still have the fun-loving songs, but they're still in like the realistic seriousness of the movie.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I can't go past that though. I won't go past good. It wasn't outstanding. Besides the visual aspects, I thought number one, it was gorgeous from start to finish.
Yeah.
Because when it first comes into the movie and that music starts playing, number one, I really like the score.
The score was nice.
Good blend of modern, action adventure, and they still had that Disney kind of thing going on. And when it opened, I was like, okay, this is beautiful. CG was seamless. I thought I was going to have a real problem with the CG. So let's go into the positives of the movie.
I like the story of just Mowgli and how it kind of is like the old Jungle Book, where it's just story with Kaa and then the panther back to the tiger. It's just really him bouncing around through all these animals and all these different scenarios. And in that, it just connects through this one story, and it kind of works.
Now jumping off of what you said, going off with the story of Mowgli, the kid was really good.
You think so?
There were literally moments where I was kind of I was actually laughing because he's such just naturally a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
He was definitely just a kid, and they didn't, it wasn't so much that they were pulling from him acting-wise, but it kind of just seems like John Favreau, who's so good as a director at just kind of having fun with stuff, kind of just said, go out there and be yourself. And I'm sure I could get that this kid is probably exactly like that in real life.
Idris Elba's, his character stood out for me. Like every line he delivered was like sinister and evil, and like I felt like he was going to come out of the screen and kill me. But, I think his standout. Christopher Walken was really good as Louis.
I liked how dark it was willing to go, even as a kid's movie.
Especially the snake scene, too.
Yeah, all of it, it was like every time he got to a point where it was like a villain would come up. I really liked Shere Khan because there was especially in that scene where he kills, the leader of the pack of the wolves.
Yeah. And it was just it was so clean and
you just threw him off a cliff.
It got really dark in the scene and when he's standing up and he's got her kids around and he's telling the story. It wasn't afraid to go dark even for a Disney movie, and I think that's something Disney's always been good at. Is even when it does get dark, it gets dark, but it still holds back.
It's still a movie that you can take your kids to.
Yeah, it's a movie that literally everyone can see, and I think that's what they did well.
Negatives, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have to come back to it because I can't really think of anything right now. Okay. Maybe you can start it out.
For me, I didn't think, and it was kind of what I was worried about with the Jungle Book, was the musical aspect of it. I don't think it fit with this genre of film they were making. I think they went completely action adventure, and it just felt unnatural when they started singing. It wasn't cringe-worthy where I was like, ooh, this is really bad, but it just didn't fit, especially the scene with King Louis hearing Christopher Walken sing that song. Not only was it like, okay, this isn't even the style that the song should be sung in, It's just like
It was like a dark.
it doesn't match because he went straight from singing to going, "Bring me the fire," and I was like, okay.
It's just something that I've always been turned off to, was the kid acting. I'm just not crazy about some kid actors, and I didn't think Mowgli.
I was gonna say that too, honestly. But
I'm just not crazy about kid actors because, like, obviously you see, not even like the Academy Award winning actors. It's just actors that you see that are adults, and they, you see them putting on the character. With the kid with Mowgli, even though he didn't do a bad job, I thought he did a good job. It's just I'm turned off generally to kid actors.
it's not like he's bad because he isn't. It's just it's very cherry picking and very small. You can just tell that he's acting right now.
I think the biggest challenge with that movie, and the reason I think he did a good job, is this is one of the hardest movies to film.
Yeah. Okay.
It's literally
Green
like
screen.
when they're filming it, you're staring at tennis balls.
Yeah.
You're not staring at anything where it's like I'm acting with someone. Whereas we look at Jacob Tremblay in Room, where it's like that's real acting because there's nothing going on but two
Person
people
to person,
interacting.
yeah.
This is something where it's like, all right, kid, look at a tennis ball and act like it's a panther. So I think that's more of a challenge, and I think he met the challenge, and I thought it felt very natural. You can tell he's acting, but at one point do we say, it's a movie?
Yeah. Sure.
he's acting. It's like me saying, I can tell that panther's fake. It's a movie. So I think you have to still give him credit.
Final thoughts. I'm going to say that this movie is incredible, in my own opinion. I think that the CG is just incredible. You have to see this movie in a theater. The musicals, the two scenes where there's music, I think it's great. The King Louis one is kind of out of place, but if you just watch it and just enjoy it, it's really great. Another thing that is really a huge deal is just the CG. I don't know if I said that already. I think I did.
You've like 12
CG
times.
is just. I had to say it multiple times. CG in this movie is incredible. There's one scene right after King Louis gets the boulders dropped on him, and the panther is just looking up at Mowgli in the trees, and you could just see all the facial structures of the panther just looking up at him. It's just really incredible.
I'm just going to say this. Starting off, this is probably the only time you'll hear us say how much we love how CG is.
CG is just gorgeous.
I'm not a fan of a
CGI fest.
I'm pretty sure you're not a huge fan of CGI fest unless it's stylized and visualized.
But this
perfectly.
movie is just based on solely CG.
No,
it's going to be CG movie. It's
I agree.
Yeah.
Like that's what kind of captivates you while you're watching it, and how like pretty much how beautiful the movie is.
I'm going to say solid 9 out of 10.
Okay. I'm going to give this movie an 8 out of 10. This is for me it's a must see, and also the fact that you could still bring your kids to this movie is like prevalent in Disney movies.
You could bring your kid?
It's a very solid movie. I thought the humor really worked. That's something we didn't really get on because Bill Murray I thought was really good. That's like a perfect choice for
Yeah, that's true.
I think it was a solid movie. I thought the humor was really good. I really did like the kid. I guess you guys didn't as much. I really appreciated it because that's something I was worried about, is having a kid as a lead. I really liked the performances. Scarlett Johansson really didn't need to be in the movie because she was in it for maybe 2 seconds. But she did her job, and I thought the performance was really good. Ben Kingsley as Bagheera was really good.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot. I like I think everyone did a really good job for what the movie was, especially since it's so difficult to make a movie like this where there's no actual performances going on a set, and you're kind of doing a lot in the studio and in post. I thought it was very well done. I just think it didn't, and I know it's kind of harsh for me to say this because it is a retelling of a story that's already been told. There's nothing that stood out that makes me say, all right, this was a 9 out of 10 or this was great. I'm going to have to give it like a 7.5 to an 8 just because it's just a solid movie for me. I didn't find too many flaws with it, and this is kind of sometimes a problem that I have with rating systems when you're using it. There could be like a flawless movie and I can still give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
And this is kind of one of those movies where it's like there wasn't much wrong with the movie though. I can't find anything that I really didn't like. It just wasn't something that grabbed me to the point. I can say for a fact, end of the year when I look at all my favorite movies, I don't think it's going to be one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, that's fair though.
That's true. Okay.
But it was still a really fun movie.
Yeah, no, definitely fun. That's something
enjoyable.
that Disney's done constantly. They've done that. They've made fun movies, and it was definitely a fun movie.
Okay.
All right.
So,
That wraps
Jungle
it up
Book.
for Jungle Book.
Did you see it? If you did, tell us if you like it in the comments below.
Follow us on Twitter. LOUM410 on Twitter.
At Chris Mellini, CHRIS,
He can't spell his own name.
MELLINI.
We're going to put it in the description.
You can find me on Twitter at RichSilva84, on Instagram also, RichSilva84, anywhere.
Fire tweets, fam. Fire tweets.
Also, if you guys have any ideas of any other movies you guys want to see us review, put them in the comments below. We're really going to be doing this every week, so that's not really needed.
Yeah,
but you can still comment.
I'm going to go off of that. We see movies, like I said before, there are thousands of channels like this all over YouTube. But we do this anyway. We sit and talk about movies constantly, and we would do this if there wasn't a camera in front of us. We just love movies, and we know a lot of people love movies, and we just want to share this with everyone else.
So you guys should definitely stick around.
Absolutely. This has been a review from the Fifth Row. Just like... Hello?